My beloved child, at this very moment, as you listen to these words, something inside your chest quietly tightens. Almost like your intuition has been trying to whisper a truth you've ignored for far too long. Because every night when the world falls silent and even shadows stop moving, someone doesn't. Someone has been standing in the deepest corner of your room at exactly 4 a.m. every single morning, watching you, not with hatred, not with anger, but with a strange intensity. As if they're trying to figure out how you've survived everything meant to break you. And while you sleep, unaware, they lean in closer, not to harm you, not to frighten you, but to search for something in your eyes. Even when they're closed. A mark, a memory, a reason. They watch the rise and fall of your breath like they're trying to understand why your spirit still refuses to collapse. And the truth is, they're trying to leave something in your mind, something you'll only understand when the moment arrives. Because this isn't a stranger. This isn't a ghost. This is someone whose presence is tied to your destiny so tightly that you can feel their energy without ever seeing their face. And tonight, their secret begins to unfold. But listen closely, because everything you thought you knew about your own life, your own room, your own nights might turn out to be the biggest illusion you ever believed. You think you sleep alone, but your spirit has been accompanied, guarded, and observed in ways you never imagined. They're not there for your body. They're there for your story. Every silent battle you fought, every tear you hid, every moment you told yourself you were fine, they watched it. They memorized it. They carried pieces of your pain the way a warrior carries scars. And at exactly 4 a.m., they step into your space again. Right when your soul is at its most vulnerable, right when the veil between what you see and what is unseen becomes thin enough to reveal the truth, you are being prepared for something, not by fear, but by a force that believes you're worthy of more than you currently understand. They've been marking your spirit with reminders of who you truly are, of what you've forgotten, and of what's coming your way. Because your life is about to shift in a way that will make you question every quiet moment you took for granted. And here's the part that will shake you the most. This presence doesn't walk like a human, doesn't breathe like someone physical, and doesn't move with footsteps. They appear with the same energy that enters your mind when you suddenly wake up at 4 a.m. for no reason. That moment when your heart feels strangely alert. When the air feels different, when your thoughts feel heavier than your body, that's them. They aren't watching you to scare you. They're watching because they know something you don't. That you're standing at the edge of a breakthrough that will change everything you believe about your own strength. They've seen you almost give up. They've seen you pretend to be strong when you were crumbling inside. They've seen the nights you cried into your pillow and wiped your face before the sun came up so no one would notice the storm you survived alone. And because of that, they mark you not physically but spiritually. A mark that says, this one has endured. This one is chosen. This one will rise when they're meant to. And the reason they come at 4 a.m. is because that's the hour your soul is most open to truth. That's the hour your guardian steps forward, not to warn you of danger, but to prepare you for destiny. Because what's coming next will require every ounce of strength they've quietly been building in you. Before we continue, listen with the same stillness that surrounds you at 4 a.m. Because the moment you step into this part of the story, the energy shifts. And this time, my beloved child, the truth doesn't walk toward you quietly. It rushes in like a wave you weren't ready for. You see, the one who watches you every morning isn't drawn to your fear or your weakness. They're drawn to the unbelievable power you've carried through every chapter of your life. Power you don't even realize you have. There's a reason your mind feels heavy some nights. Like someone tried to whisper something into the deepest part of your thoughts. Because they did. That presence has been trying to leave a message inside you for days, months, maybe even years. A message you were never meant to ignore. And each morning when the clock hits 4 a.m., they appear again. Not because they're repeating a habit, but because they're waiting for the exact day you finally wake up at the right second and meet their gaze with clarity instead of confusion. They've been waiting for the moment your soul says, "I'm ready to understand." And that moment is coming closer than you think. The truth behind their watching is far bigger than you or your room. They've seen the phases of your life like chapters in a book only they were allowed to read. They know the weight you carry in your heart, the promises people broke, the dreams you buried thinking no one noticed. They know how many times you nearly lost yourself trying to protect people who didn't protect you back. And every time you felt alone, they weren't just watching. They were studying the cracks in your spirit, memorizing the exact moments your resilience sparked back to life. They come at 4 a.m. because that is the hour the world quiets enough for you to hear what you've been deaf to all your life. The truth that someone has been guiding your steps, guarding your breath, and preparing your soul for the shift that is now approaching. And the reason they try to mark your head is not a mark of fear but a mark of recognition, a spiritual imprint, a signal that tells them, yes, this soul is awakening. This soul remembers who they are becoming. What you feel as random chills, sudden thoughts, or dreams you can't fully remember. Those are their attempts to reach you, to shake you awake before fate begins its next movement. And now, my beloved child, comes the revelation that will make your heart thump harder than any whisper ever could. The reason this presence watches you isn't because something is trying to harm you. It's because something is about to choose you. Your life is moving toward a crossroads, a moment where you will face a decision that shifts everything. Your path, your relationships, your future, your identity. And the one watching you knows this choice will define the next era of your existence. They've been marking you with reminders, strength, intuition, and visions that come in flashes you can't control. They're trying to guide you toward a transformation so powerful that your past will no longer recognize the version of you that rises from it. Every 4 a.m. awakening, every unsettling feeling, every sudden moment where you feel watched isn't a warning. It's preparation. Because soon the truth they've been trying to place inside your mind will finally unlock. And when it does, your life won't move quietly anymore. It will shift like a door that was never meant to stay closed. My beloved child, before you take another breath, understand this. The presence watching you at 4 a.m. isn't waiting for you to wake up out of fear. They're waiting for you to wake up into truth. And in this part, the truth stops whispering and starts standing right in front of you. Because last night, whether you remember it or not, something different happened. For the first time, their energy didn't stay still in the corner of your room. It moved slowly, intentionally, as if the moment they've been waiting for is finally approaching. You might not recall the details, but you felt something when you turned in your sleep. A shift in the air, a pressure on your chest, a sudden flicker behind your eyelids. And that wasn't a dream. That was them coming closer than ever before. They've been marking your mind with flashes, instincts, warnings, and visions. Because soon you're going to face a situation you can't ignore or avoid. Something or someone from your past is circling back. Not to repeat old pain, but to reveal a truth you were never ready to hear. And the one who watches you knows this moment will hit you harder than you expect. The reason they watch so silently is because your spirit is carrying a strength you still underestimate. You think your battles broke you, but they actually sharpened you. They made you someone who can see through lies, feel energy shifts, recognize hidden intentions, and escape traps before anyone even realizes you've sensed them. And now the watcher at 4 a.m. sees the next storm approaching. A storm so disguised that only a spirit like yours can walk through it without falling apart. That's why they lean closer to your thoughts as if trying to plant something inside your intuition. Something that will help you when the moment arrives. You may have felt it recently. A sudden urge to distance yourself from certain people. A strange heaviness when you think about someone or a pull in your chest telling you to prepare. That isn't random. That's them guiding you because you're about to uncover something that was kept hidden from you. And once you see it, you can never unsee it. The person you become after this revelation won't be soft, confused, or unsure anymore. You will become clear, focused, unshakable. And now comes the part that hits like lightning. You weren't the only one being watched. You have been observed, yes, but you've also been protected. Every setback that didn't destroy you. Every betrayal you survived. Every moment you were supposed to break but didn't happen because the presence in your room shielded you from the worst outcome. They've stood between you and people who wished harm on your name. They've blocked paths that would have led you into traps. They've pushed you away from energies that weren't meant to touch your soul. And the mark they're trying to place in your mind is a signal. A signal that soon your life will shift with such force that the version of you who used to doubt themselves will disappear. They're watching you not because you're vulnerable, but because you're chosen. And what's coming next will demand a strength only a chosen one carries. Every 4 a.m. awakening, every chill, every instinct sharpened your spirit for a reason. Because the truth that's about to enter your life will change your direction, your purpose, and your destiny in a way nothing else ever has. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $20. My beloved child, tonight the air around you feels heavier, doesn't it? Almost as if something is standing just behind the edge of your awareness, waiting for you to notice. And that's because the presence that watches you every morning at exactly 4 a.m. has shifted again. this time with urgency. Their silence isn't calm anymore. It carries intention, direction, and a message you can't ignore. Last night, when you turned in your sleep, their energy pressed so close that your spirit felt it before your body did. You might remember waking up for a second, your heart beating just a little too fast. Your breath slightly uneven, as if your mind sensed something standing near your bed. That moment wasn't fear. It was recognition. They stepped closer because the moment they've been preparing you for is nearly here. And now the reason behind their watching isn't just forming, it's revealing. They're no longer observing. They're guiding, pushing, aligning you toward a truth that has waited far too long to reach you. Because the one who watches you knows what you're stepping into next. You felt the tension around you rising, haven't you? The strange instinct that something in your life is about to shift. The sudden distance you feel from certain people. The way your intuition has become sharper. Louder, more insistent. None of that is random. They've been marking your mind with signals you were finally strong enough to hear. They know someone from your past is moving toward you again, not with innocence, but with unfinished intentions. They know a moment of clarity is approaching where you will see someone's true face without their mask. And when that moment hits, it will be like a flash inside your mind. A flash that changes everything you believed about loyalty, trust, and destiny. This presence watches you because they know what you're walking toward. They know which paths are dangerous and which doors will open your next chapter. And they stand in your room at 4 a.m. Because that is the hour where your soul listens without resistance. That is the hour where truth passes through you like light through glass. And now comes the part that your spirit has been waiting for. The revelation that explains their marking. They aren't trying to leave fear in your mind. They're trying to leave strength. They've been planting clarity inside your intuition because soon you will make a choice that determines the direction of your life. A choice between staying where pain once kept you trapped or stepping into the version of yourself you were always meant to become. They've been watching your resilience. They've been memorizing your battles. They've been counting your silent victories. And now they know you're ready. That's why their presence has grown stronger. Why their energy feels closer. Why the nights feel different. They're preparing you for a shift that will break old cycles, remove hidden enemies, and reveal truths that were always kept from you. And when the moment arrives, when you finally understand everything they've been building inside your spirit, you won't feel fear. You'll feel alignment. You'll feel power. You'll feel the beginning of the life you were meant to step into all along. My beloved child, tonight your spirit feels different, doesn't it? There's a strange calm mixed with an unexplainable tension, like the air itself is waiting for you to realize something you've been sensing in pieces. And that's because the presence that watches you at 4 a.m. is no longer standing in the shadows of your nights. They are stepping into the center of your destiny. Their energy has become sharper, more focused, almost like they're trying to push a truth into your consciousness before the world around you shifts. And it will shift because last night when your breathing changed and your eyes flickered open for no reason, you weren't just waking from sleep. You were waking into awareness. The watcher wasn't behind you. They were beside you. Their purpose is no longer quiet. Their intention is no longer hidden. They are preparing you for a moment that will rewrite the meaning of every 4 a.m. awakening you've ever experienced. You've been feeling it in your chest lately. The strange heaviness, the sudden intuition, the quiet voice inside you saying, "Pay attention." That's them. That's the mark they've been placing deeper and deeper inside your mind, not a mark of fear, a mark of awakening. You're beginning to notice things you used to ignore. The energy shift when someone lies, the discomfort you feel around someone whose intentions aren't pure, the sudden clarity about people you once trusted blindly. This isn't paranoia. This is your spirit finally opening its eyes because someone from your past, someone you once cared for more than you should have, is about to appear again in your life. And this time, you won't fall into the same pattern. This time, you won't let your heart carry the weight of their secrets. You won't allow your innocence to become their advantage. The presence watching you knows this moment is coming. And they're preparing you to face it with a strength so sharp it will shock even you. You are stepping into a level of awareness that makes manipulation impossible, lies powerless, and darkness harmless. And now, my beloved child, comes the revelation that ties everything together. The real reason someone watches you every morning at 4 a.m. They are not waiting for danger. They are waiting for your becoming. They've seen the storms you survived without anyone noticing your silent cries. They've watched you rebuild yourself after people took advantage of your heart. They know how deeply you feel, how quietly you fight, and how fiercely you endure. And now they know you're standing at the doorway of a transformation that will change everything about your life. Their presence is the confirmation that you are not who you used to be. You are not the broken version of yourself. You are not the weak soul people tried to shape you into. You are rising slowly, powerfully, unshakably. And when the next 4 a.m. arrives, something inside you will shift forever. Because soon you won't just sense the presence watching you. You will finally understand why they chose you, why they stayed, and what they've been preparing you for all this time. My beloved child, tonight your soul feels like it's standing on the edge of something you can't name yet, but you can feel it. Deep, heavy, electric. The presence that watches you at 4 a.m. isn't just appearing anymore. They're aligning. Their energy doesn't feel distant the way it used to. It feels closer, warmer, almost like something is wrapping around your spirit before you even open your eyes. And that's because the moment they've been preparing you for is now sliding into your life piece by piece. Last night, when you woke up with that strange tightness in your chest, it wasn't fear. It was connection. Your spirit recognized something entering your space. Something familiar, something powerful. They're no longer standing in silence. They're communicating in ways your soul is finally awake enough to understand. The flicker of a thought that wasn't yours. The chill that ran down your spine when everything around you was still. The dream you almost remembered but lost the moment morning arrived. Those aren't coincidences. Those are messages, signals,